Hey everyone, I'm Rather Incoherent, back with more heavily modded XCOM 2. We're going into a Haven Retaliation, Operation Zombie Species, very difficult as always. And at this point in the game, this is basically the A-team. This is our best tech specialist. These are one of our best at everything. We have a couple of better combat engineers and one better sapper. Magpie is worse than Dark Horse despite the rank disparity because of all the shit going in Dark Horse's favor. And there is a better Reaper than this, but all of them are close. All of them are either the best we currently have or right there beside it. These are very, very strong soldiers, and the reason I'm using them early in the month is that I intend on going through so many difficult missions at the end of the month, so many base assaults back to back, that I want my best soldiers getting tired and getting shaken and taking wounds early in the month so that I know they'll be ready later in the month. I should probably put on the EMP grenade that I appear to have just unequipped at some point in time by accident. That would be a good start to this mission. Normally, I think going forward, I'm not going to bother talking about the sparks in the back. It's just like, you've seen them a lot. They're on every assault. You know what they do. It's why they're here. They don't get tired. They go on all the assaults. Of course, they're also incredible units to boot, but this time they are equipped a little bit weirdly because I don't feel like this team is great at dealing with mechs. Like, obviously, Big Large can deal with one or two of them pretty easily, but if we encounter multiple mechs at the same time or just tons of mechs, I have blue screens on a Helix rail cannon thanks to the experimental magazine attachment, with an advanced scope to be better from further away. Essentially, I'm using carbon mile to snipe robots more than normal use. Our standard run-of-the-mill Helix rail cannon over here is the basic scope with an advanced speed loader for far more shots. And it is worth mentioning that Regal Dawn last episode, I went over, they are my slated A-Team Reaper. I bought tack rigging Death from Above. Being able to kill more is going to get them to catch up that EXP disparity. They're very far behind the rest of the would-be A-Team, and tack rigging for multiple mimic beacons is incredible. Theoretically, I could take quick draw, shoot with a pistol, shoot with a rifle, get a kill, Death from Above, get a kill again, reposition, the second kill was a flank, and then vanish at the end of my turn. Like, that's really, really good. That's something I would care about doing. But until I get Weapon Specialist and buff the damage on that pistol, I'm not really sure it's worth the AP. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the mission. Let's save some lives. If, while we load in, you happen to save the like button, I wouldn't be opposed. Alright, we're in the corner of the map like you do. Lots of tasty high ground near us, not that we're a good long-range squad, but we'll still be able to get to it and fight from it probably. Let's start by scouting with the Reaper, seeing what's what. Bio Viper and Advanced Stun Lancer, and that was some sort of mech. Now, I don't know that my Marine's going to be able to do anything super useful, but that might pull. It looks like it did. And I'm in full cover, relevant to the enemy. The enemy's a snake, and yep, they do it. First Viper of the campaign to see the Viper suit immediately panics. Max all the way on the roof, making itself an easy target for my Infiltrator. Oh, there was a Purifier in that pod too that I just didn't know about. Bye, Bio Viper. I hope you don't come back with the Fog of War and scare the shit out of me in 3 turns when I forget about you. Now, I believe it was Carbon Mile over here that has the blue screen rounds. I really should install the color-coded ammo thing, because there's actually not a way to tell once you get into the mission. Also, God, my guys have so many things written on them. This is the experimental magazine, meaning this is the one with blue screens. You can also tell because it dies when I touch it. So do that. I should have checked aim. I was surprised to see that being 100%. I feel like that was a good investment, though. I feel like that was the right way. Like, maybe I should have walked or done something first, but I was pretty enthralled by that 100% to kill. Wasn't really expecting that. Now, I'm not super interested in sprinting ahead and getting caught here. I'm going to take this tile, just move in a way that doesn't get me tripped. Oh, I've tripped over them. Well, I was worried about them tripping over me. We have an Advanced Paladin Tech Burster this time. I've only seen like one Shield Burster so far. Haven't seen that many of them. To be honest though, as they're fucking terrifying units, I don't mind that too much. Now, what am I doing next? Well, line of sight to these guys sort of sucks. And they're standing side by side. Oh, I do need someone to get proper vision of where they're at though for it to work. Well, Fiber John, I've just heard that you have a job. You're too far away to do anything anyway. Yeah, that pulled something else. There was a good risk of that happening, but I had to do it. Oh. Well, that bombard protocol could get better. It did get better. Berserker Panic? Oh my god, first one for it too, hell yeah. Man, those ruler suits are really helping out this mission. Anyway, if I'd played this turn correctly, I would have done that first. I'd be able to bombard protocol there as well. Let's get all 3 of these guys, clear out their cover, clear out the line of sight on the way to them. It's just generally disgusting how good this is. The Stun Lancer's just dead, actually. He's not having his cover cleared. He is being cleared. All right, we have active 7, really active 5 because 2 are panicking. Now, I don't have eyes on anything from here. I'd be shocked if the rocket can get anywhere super relevant. What I would like to do is empty these guns. Because if we're not going to be managing the pod well, the best thing we can do is mitigate the threat they pose. This is why I picked this ability as opposed to the other options. Free actions are just so good. They're so hard to say no to. Next up, it's Rage Suit Man. What are you up to? You're not in range to Rage Suit anyone. Actually, that's not true, but you can't dash with it. It's only a blue move. I want this Heavy Lancer to die because he's sort of awkwardly close to Regal Dawn. We have 3 here, 2 panicking, 1 here. There's a 7th man whose location I don't really know. I assume he's on the back of the building somewhere, but I don't know where. I think I want to run forward to here and see what my flamethrowers look like. I think that's a good start to Psycho Mantis's turn. And I'm pretty sure I don't have Rage Fist on anything but the Berserker. That's not worth doing. Flamethrower barely not reaching anything. Fair, fair. I've got Frostbite, actually. But it does have hit chances that are fair and make sense. I've also got Grapple. If somebody got there, there's a very real chance they'd have immediate vision. Grappling up here is also dangerous. I don't want to do it this turn. I just have a kill here and teamwork for a second shot if I miss. Well, it looks like we're taking the teamwork then. That'll be Serenade's turn. Oh yeah, you get shot for that, by the way. All right, good. It was pretty unlikely as I'm in full cover, but it was still a chance. I'll take... Oh, wait. I have my bond pairs wrong. You're the teamwork. Well, you weren't doing anything super useful, but I didn't want to end your turn. Guess I am. All right, second verse, same as the first. Well, hopefully not exactly the same as the first. Yeah, that was much better than the first verse. We got the coin flip for the explosion, too. Serenade's got to get running forward. I don't think we're really too afraid of anything to do with grenades. Going to run to here. Going to see... Can't really get a grenade in range of that Harrier. If we were to put a grenade here, though, that would destroy a lot of full cover facing us. And it would get that Lancer working towards a death. So I don't mind that grenade at all. It's a little bit immediate, but I'm already pulling a 3rd pod. We pulled 2 off the spawn, a 3rd one's coming. There could be a 4th. Realistically, that's a very good chance. So I think it's completely within reason to use the first grenade a little bit wastefully here. Now, I've got Synth Soldier and Big Large in that set. It might be worth it to overdrive this turn, but because I've already used Bombard Protocol, I think I'm more comfortable just running forward. Which means Big Large is really all that's left. Combat Protocol won't kill. Who's my teammate? Serenade? I'm not willing to use a second acid grenade. Serenade shot would be terrible. I should have checked what it was first, but I'm going to go ahead and call that like a 45 at best. It's possible to kill here. I do have a basic scope on this bullpup. Big Large is the only one who's doing it. The gun on that Harrier is unloaded, so this should be relatively safe. It's a 67 with a roll to kill, but I mean, what else am I doing? Let's be honest with ourselves. Good job, Big Large. Sorry for doubting you. All right, so they finish their panics. The Harrier repositions, reloads. That is a fantastic free action. All right, so the 4th pod is back here with the 3rd pod. Good to know. That bus is the Advent Party bus. Here's the man I knew was there, but couldn't figure out where they were. Wasting a shot into the Pioneer. Love to see it. Doesn't even land it. That pod pulls. No surprise at all. It'll be unfortunate if they get the Reaper, but that's not too surprising either. Yeah, they're revealing the Reaper. That should be fine. Not happy about it, obviously, but the Reaper can reposition and get something done. This seems like a perfectly fine use of the second Mimic Beacon to just mitigate this first pod. What blew up over here and why? This did. Maybe it starts all blown up. I've got no idea. Whatever, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't think too hard. Okay, so overdrive this turn with Bombard Protocol already being used is a given. Before I do anything with that overdrive, let's go take a look at Carbon Mile. Because ideally, their turn is going to be Bombard Protocol something else. They have eyes on the Shield Burster. Cool. So you want this rocket then. I don't think I'm ever getting a rocket that gets the shield burster and the shield bearer. They are actually just barely too far apart. Not quite true, actually. They're not too far apart. There's terrain between them. Those are not the same statement. Let's run forward here on Serenade and use our second grenade. Oh, what's the explosive? 1 second. White screen bug. Haha. I have found the tile. We hit spacebar for those, because clicking might move the mouse a little bit. That should break this up, let a rocket go in the middle, chip him down. Perfect. Everything I wanted out of that turn from Serenade. Now, from our overdriving spark, we take this rocket. We see if we can't do it better now. Oh, Regodon's cover's just in the way. It was never happening. Oh, also the guy who I was trying to get with it might just not have existed. That could also impact my decisions a little bit. Sadly, I can't get anywhere near the top of this for high ground. Shit's just thoroughly off limits. What I'm gonna do instead is take this point-blank shot on the stun lancer and free this guy. This might pull a pod. I don't know if I'm gonna be envisioned. I don't think I would be. Looks like it didn't. 5 to 7, huh? You don't have weapon specialist. Don't fuck it up, otherwise you're gonna make this real awkward to the rest of the team. You idiot. Well, at least the flanking shot still lets you reposition. I'm gonna reposition out to here. All right, cool. So about that rocket, the criteria that we have to measure it by just changed. We now need to hit the stun lancer. The Guardian is no longer the concern. There's the rocket tile. Take it. That was the right spark, right? Yeah, that's the overdriving some soldier. Good, good, good. This mission really wants to widescreen super hard. Maybe it is worth uninstalling the camera mods and just dealing with bad camera rotation, because I'm tired of this. All right, so how'd that rocket go? It looks like everyone except the tech burster is dead, and the tech burster has not long for this world. We were originally trying to do what with this bombard protocol? Just be efficient, I guess? This seems efficient. This guy needs to die, though. Let's take it one step at a time. Now, how long does panic last? Can I check that by just F1ing a guy? Ends in 2 alien turn starts. Cool. I'll let you hang out there for a hot second, buddy. I'm tempted to just like Rage Strike over, put the mine on him. Rage Strike shreds. That's just so efficient. I want the cooldown going. God, the fact that it shreds is nuts. What's the explosive? Oh, that's how I white screened last time. Well, what's the explosive? It's on the Bio Viper and the Advanced Trooper. That's actually pretty damn good. That's probably worth using the Bombard Protocol on. Anyway, I don't think you're going to live long enough for the defensive mine. I'm going to be honest with you. Can I not see the Berserker? What do you mean you can't see the Berserker? This one. This is the one you can't see? It zooms out like it's shooting the tank, but it's not shooting the tank. Okay. Cool. Very confusing. Anyway, that's a nice start to him being dead, which does have to happen eventually. This is not a very good chance of killing the shield burster, but it's gonna take 2 shots, and I would like to use the second win from here if I can. Well, quick question, can I? I can get to full cover, relatively close. The order of shots won't matter. It'll be a kill no matter what order I take them in. So I'll do it like this to see if the Marine can finish it, and they can.
Armor still holding.
So we pop back over to our Viper suit friends, who has a grappling hook. Very important to remember these things. Can't really get exactly where I would want on any of these moves. And also, because of the advanced scope and the cannon, I wouldn't actually be gaining aim at that range. Luckily, I don't have to think too hard about it. Oh, I can't use my grapple hook now that I'm in the Marine-only actions. That's good to know for the future. I wasn't expecting that to turn off. Okay, fair. I'll just Overwatch. Fiber Giant's going to continue his slow, inevitable march towards the enemies.
Affirmative.
That does not pull. Good, good, good. We have Synth Soldier, full turn left. No, Synth Soldier, 2 overdrive actions left. Fiber Giant, reflex action. Forgot about that one. Since he has his reflex action, I'm going to go ahead and use this overdrive because it's going to give me a lot more than a normal overdrive would. Before I take anything with it, is it just the robots? That makes it really hard to get a good... Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You're not envisioned to do anything else, but this is still just going to kill them both, probably. I think the Bio Viper actually lives. Yeah, BioViper managed to live through it. Now, having done that, do we want to unload any guns? Let's wait to run forward until the end of the turn to see if I need to. If a 100 there, he does need to go down eventually, but the shield bearer is honestly a bigger concern to me. Gonna take this. Oh, he's just dead. All right, cool. I think that was a max roll for a non-crit. Yep, it was. That was the 9. Yeah, we're gonna let that Harrier live for a turn. We're gonna unload his gun again. Work on the Berserker here. Pop back over. No one in range to have their guns turned off as well, but that's just because they're all dying. There's 2 panicking, 1 unloaded Harrier. Seems good. There's so much fanfare for it, and then their gun jams. It's just really funny. I'm going to sprint forward, I guess. Yep.
Father really outdid himself, didn't he?
This overdrive feels like it might have been gratuitous and poorly advised. Oh yeah, I've already used your actions shooting the Berserker and the Shield Bearer. Yeah. Well, gratuitous and ill-advised or not, it's happening now, so let's go Kinetic Strike and then shoot. That probably pulled the Berserker pod, didn't it? I meant to say the Warlock pod, but it didn't, so that's really good. What's this action it gives me? It's a movement action. Okay. Well, I've already... Like, honestly, I didn't really... No, it got me the Kinetic Strike. I could have just done move, shoot. But this gets me Kinetic Strike, shoot, which is obviously far better. It's not going to do any killing, apparently. Oh, I'm sorry for doubting you. You were just making it dramatic. I understand. The Elerium Core, basic bipod, basic whatever the other one was, that's honestly just vendor trash at this point, not a big deal. Reconcealed here, 2 panic enemies left. Warlock pod failing to kill the civilian, nice to see. It looks like this is another no chosen retaliation. Anyway, things seem to be going really well for us. This has been a stomp off the start. Multiple power units, like the pod leaders, the Berserker and the BioViper, just gave up. That's kind of a big deal. Now, we take this Reaper and we scout. We need information about what we're walking into here. Like I said, we scout.
An alien scouting party.
Hey, just like us. Okay, so it's just 3 dudes, really not that big of a deal, probably fairly easy to walk up on them. We're fairly scattered right now, we're very far back. But because of how far back they are, I've never felt more uncomfortable getting on top of a building. I can't help but notice that this is some Minecraft-ass physics right here. There's no building under this, there's no way up. Well, there is a way. Just leaves me with some lingering questions after I get there. Anyway, this is part of why the Viper suit's so good on Marines. The additional mobility, the grappling hook, all of it's just fantastic for making up for the fact that the cannon's slow as hell. Unfortunately, the low roll there means someone else will need to finish it off. Just gonna take an Overwatch, it's not gonna matter what I do. I think it's sensible to try to have the person finishing it be big large. There's no robots in sight. He's not doing much else. I could combat protocol it, but that's like just a massive cooldown. I want the Berserker corpse, so I'm gonna take the 84 instead of throwing the grenade, and that's fine.
Come on!
Thinking about who's left, we have the robot boys. Obviously, they are all super valuable. We have these 2. Rage Suit is more mobile, but you're also the worst units. Oh, right. If we didn't want the corpse, there's just a solution. Yeah, I want the corpse, but I'm not like badly enough to sacrifice too many actions. I mean, let's be reasonable. Gonna come forward to full cover, see if we can't put down the Viper. Not sure there'll be... I heard a lot of stomps, and I heard a lot of Berserker steps. But also, I have robots and the Rage Suit, so it could have just been my own units moving around, but it was so clearly in my left ear that I don't know that was the case. Unlike Big Large, I can rely on you, apparently. Good to know. Sonic Serenade really cannot get anywhere that I particularly want them. I just sprint forward to here, I think. It'll be a useful position in the future. Fire Giant's going to reload and Overwatch, so I think it's very likely that we're pulling way before we get to them. And it's also possible I pull something else if my audio cues from the left were accurate. Here, I'm just going to be sprinting forward. There's no way to pull from this side.
This unit doesn't get winded.
Are you advanced speed loader? Yeah, you're advanced speed loader, so I don't carry on you. You're going to split forward as well. And that's it for us. Oh, the Berserker I was hearing could have just been this Berserker, too. Yeah, come get us. Oh, wait, this actually gets us the corpse if you hit. It's really funny. It wasted the Overwatch, but it got a corpse, so that's actually, like, one of the better things the Overwatch could have done. I think they just got barely within line of sight by stepping around of one of my sparks, maybe. Not 100% sure what the pull was, but it'll be fine. Also, we appear to have a really good shot on that shield bearer. Alright, so full disclosure, I am reloading the save. I will still make whatever move pulls the pod here, but at some point during the turn, I moved my Reaper to like here or here or here. Decided I couldn't kill the Warlock and threw a Mimic Beacon to make sure he was safe. Now, you'll notice the Mimic Beacon very explicitly does not reveal you. If it revealed you, it would have that icon. Anyway, yeah, the Mimic Beacon reveals you. The UI is just not always correct, which is terrifying. So I've reloaded the save because I don't much want to lose a character to literally UI elements failing. Where was I at in the turn? What had I settled on doing? Ah, right, yes, the most hilarious thing in the world. So the way I pulled, because there's an advanced trooper there who thinks he's safe, and it's just like comically not because he's flanked here and we have the Pioneer here, you just run forward with the Pioneer and flamethrower him from the other roof. Which of course pulls the pod back here. I wasn't crazy, there was a Berserker. That wasn't just my guy stomping around in a rage suit. This will also be our first Muton Beleaguer of the campaign. No eyes on it though, so we can't F1 it yet. And I'm perfectly content to continue on as I originally planned to and take this Incinerate. Oh. Alright, cool. So he's dead this time around, I guess. Magpie would really like to not be where they currently are. You have a 100 to freeze on the Berserker. I'm down with that. That sounds good. Was not expecting that number. High ground bonuses are a little bit extreme there. I can move and shoot, but there's literally nowhere to move to. All the cover tiles on the edge of this are gone. I need to move to our next Minecraft structure to be safe, so I guess I'll do that. Still, trading my turn for Berserker seems pretty solid. Over here on Serenade, I need to move into cover somewhere and take an acid grenade, because I mean, if we can get in line of sight to it, that's disgusting. Further back, though, we need to figure out the more difficult moves first. I think it's actually fairly easy to justify just going straight to this tree, because I have to sprint on Psycho Mantis here. So that means Serenade is safe to take this tree. Chuck her acid grenade from here. No reason to use a mine this turn on account of the fact that, you know, the guy who would run at us in melee literally isn't there to do so. This acid grenade is so much shred, so much damage. It's the reason we spent like a month making experimental grenades. Also, that acid burn's gonna kill the Pathfinder. Holy shit. Yeah, I'll take that. Good crit Serenade. Now, we could give another action over to Serenade here, but they're out of grenades and far away the shotgun. Well, they're not out of grenades. They have the robot grenade, the EMP grenade, so they may as well be. Of course, that pod isn't actually dead yet, so it's important to not get too far ahead of ourselves. I'm going to fall back to here. I'm pretty sure we can fairly easily kill this shield bearer. I'm comfortable just like walking to here because I'm planning on throwing a Mimic Beacon, rather. The Pioneer is in clean line of sight to everyone else. It's not 100 because I've got the advanced scope. It is still up, as you might expect it to be. It needs to be dead before I'm comfortable revealing on my Reaper. You're not getting in range. That's just not a thing that's happening. We've got the Reaper, but of course they should be throwing the Mimic Beacon, so that narrows it down to Synth Soldier having a somewhat inefficient turn. Worse things have happened to better people. Elbeth. I will be upset, however, when this one hits for like 9 or 10 on the crit and we just wasted one of the shots. Oh no, actually normal damage. We had to take 2. Good. Now, I'm going to chuck this Mimic Beacon out. I want it just like, you know, somewhere where I know everyone can see it. And now that it's there, all that's left, I believe, is to sprint over on Big Large. That guy is in the tile I would like to be on, unfortunately, so I'll take this one instead. I could swing left. The bulk of the fight is on the left side. But there's a lot of access to high ground cover over here, but it won't have line to anything. I would really prefer to be there. Without that option, full cover here, I can make the decision next turn. There we go. Figured it out. Alright, everyone's in good cover. Many enemies are largely mitigated. You're skipping your turn, you're taking damage, Pathfinder's dying, Muton's taking damage. Wait, if it rolls 1, it rolled 5. The burn is rolling for much higher numbers than I expected it to. I need to F1 somebody who's been acid burned by a tier 2 grenade launcher. Because holy shit, that's not what I remember it doing at all. I thought that was like burning damage. That grenade was so much better than I thought it was. Holy shit. Maybe I should be duplicating those. Screw the second frag. I don't care about the cover destruction. Yeah, that's the blue move resurrection followed by shooting the meme beacon. 6 health left means it might get a second shot out of them. Shield bearer is... I guess he's not in an acid tile anymore, but it seems like a moot point. Wait. Shield bearer didn't shield. It was forced to shoot the mimic beacon. Yeah, it's AI. Nothing I've installed fucks with mimic beacons. I kept... Okay, that was a bunch of stuff that happened. I want to read what your gun does now. It might just look terrifying like Muton Hunters. It might not specifically really do anything. Oh, you shot a civilian. I was wondering what was going on. Sectoid soldier is largely not an issue. I think they're all in rocket range, next to my combat engineer, begging to be killed for their crimes. So yeah, I think I know what Psychomantis will be up to this turn. Wait, are you a faceless? Why are we looking at you? No, we're looking at the car, just poorly. Okay, I understand. Oh, the zombie has fallen through the floor now. Doesn't appear to have cared too much, though. So, over here, I've got rocket launcher with 2 shots. I've also got the upgraded flamethrower. That just kills those 2. This is, I believe, the 5th pod. If I were to stand here, I think I could hit the Muton as well. Let's quickly check the damage on an acid burn real quick. Does 1 to 3 damage over... I don't think that's what it does. That is decidedly not what I have witnessed. It does not deal 1 to 3 damage over time. Regardless, we're here now. What am I doing? I do really just like this rocket quite a lot. Clears out a bunch of full cover that I'm never using. Make sure the shield bearer doesn't act. Gets working on the berserker. The issue is the berserker and the shield bearer are so far apart that I actually don't like it as much as this rocket. And if it scatters, I just need to make sure these 2 are dead. And no one else is doing it well. Fine. I'm not going to try to get greedy and put it on the Muton or the Berserker because, let's be... Oh. Alright, we got the Muton. Sectoid Soldier's still up. I was trying to avoid explicitly that. I didn't want to leave those guys up, but he's in out of cover. He's in out of cover. Good job, Brain. You did it. I'm going to shoot the Berserker, pre-reload, and suppress the Sectoid Soldier. The Soldier will run for cover if he lives through the acid burns, that is, and then he'll die. To the suppression or the acid, one or the other. Not personally concerned with which. We take the suppression, but not on the Berserker. Over here on the Soldier. We still haven't actually looked at what a Muton Beleaguered does. I really should care about that information more than I currently am. What do? You shoot gun. God, I love it. Compared to some of the stuff where, I open it up and I start scrolling. I enjoy that this guy's just, gun big. That's what he does. So his gun shreds a lot of armor. It hits fairly hard. It's 5 to 7 2 shred. It's basically just a mag cannon. This is not that bad. He's tanky. 15 health, 3 armor is a fucking lot, but he's not that bad. He also has 15 inherent defense. He might be one of those units that got moved down from 20. I think he might have been at 15, though. I'm really not convinced I changed anything in Harriers. Carbon Mild has overdrive available and 2 rockets left. I feel like I know the solution to this problem. I have solved the puzzle. I apply rockets directly to the A's. That's not the rocket I was expecting to find, but I have found the rocket. The second rocket should be easier on account of all the cover being gone now. Yeah, that one was relatively easy to aim. He just pointed and it blew up. He's a wizard. Anyways, the zombie's still here, and it's the most threatening thing left. I know that guy's alive, but he has 1 health. I just assume somebody can deal with that. Admittedly, that appears to have been a faulty assumption. I have free reload, bombard protocol, shoot. But we obviously free reload. Let's not beat around the bush. That always happens. You're available. There we go. I'm going to stop in the full cover in case you mess this up, because, to be honest, you don't have a great track record on landing shots this campaign. 85 is pretty easy to die to. Hey, you didn't mess it up. I honestly don't know if Regal Don's been bad this campaign. In my heart, he feels like he's been terrible this campaign, but I don't know that's true. Just like I don't know that move was safe. He wasn't concealed. What am I doing? Going to move forward to here, chuck the defensive mine over the crate at the Berserker. He does have to come towards us to trigger it, but I figure that's incredibly likely. 14 left, really 11 left after the mine. No, 9 left after the mine because the mine has volatile mix applied. I'm going to take Burning Rush. We are going to come over here.
Movement engaged.
I don't know if I get high ground bonuses with this gun. I'm about to find out. Alright, what's our accuracy looking like? 100. We get high ground bonuses. Ah, I'm out of bullets, though. That's fine. We can use Rock'em Sock'em Robots for this. If he punches the Pioneer, then I'm fine. Right? Like, if the Pioneer is getting attacked and he's not running to the mine, that's just a win. Honestly, I'm just going to run towards the Sectoid.
Moving.
Now, we're left with Synth Soldier, Big Large. That's it. I'm legitimately more afraid of the Sectoid. That can't be right. The Berserker can just run and not into the mine. Kill the Berserker. The Sectoid Soldier is at worst suppressed. And I can guarantee a kill on the Soldier. I don't even need Bombard Protocol for it. I can just get on the roof. This could be the end of the mission then. I was not expecting to wrap things up this turn. So I'm sort of feeling like that's all 5 pods. Oh yeah, it's a retaliation mission. We have to deal with some puddings. Don't know where he is. Well, I'll find out during his turn, I guess. It just sounds like it's coming from everywhere. Alright, so there's one faceless over here. There's 2 faceless over here. Man, he's fast, though. I mean, I guess it was a sprint, but still. Wait, is there a third one? Because that sound I'm hearing wasn't him. He wasn't making the I'm screaming sound, or animation, rather. I think there's another one right there. I think there were 3 faceless just hanging out on the left side of the map. We'll find out when, if it runs in. Are my headphones on backwards? Okay, this time my headphones actually were on backwards. So often I check like I'm going crazy because a lot of the time the audio cues in this game don't make sense, but they were so consistently wrong. So what I was hearing was one on the right making noise. It was one who had already run up. That's what I was hearing. Anyway, new flamethrower, good flamethrower. Yeah, that's some damage. Now, who's trying to get promotions here? Magpie will probably promote if I give her a kill. Oh, I overestimated that. That was 1 experience. Well, that was a waste then. Is anyone one? Big Large is actually 1 experience away. Okay, probably gonna be Big Large then. Oh, he beats the Sparks. It's actually a personal choice. I would call this a tie. Big Large and Synth Soldier are both 1 experience away from the next rank. Anyway, fuck them both. Let's get that experience on the Reaper. Let's go. This man's sitting at 39 experience. He's supposed to be on the A team. You guys are out here at 100 and something. Unironically, making that decision feels correct for the long-term health of the campaign. Obviously, in the next mission, these guys would be at promotions. That threshold matters a lot. Crush the mission. Absolutely tore it apart. 3 kills, 50 damage. Kill stealer is horseshit. Unless the enemies have, on average, 20 health, he's obviously setting up assists more than killing. Magpie getting notably more shots and better performance than most of our Marines have this campaign. Serenade doing alright. That 1 grenade was pretty good work. They cleared cover for other people. Sappers oftentimes not a glorious role. Same with Big Large, same with every tech specialist. It's just very oftentimes sitting in the back in the stats. Fiber Giant is doing something that doesn't get tracked. He's getting shot. In this case, he actually didn't get shot very much. Things went really well, but he is the safety margin, basically. Carbon Mile not getting the MVP, which means it's obviously Synth Soldier. I think they both, between them, they fired 7 shots with 100% accuracy, killed 9 units, and dealt 129 damage. I don't even really need to average it out, because aside from the kills, they basically had the same stat line. That's incredible. Those guys are ridiculous. Alright, so this is good to know. I confirmed that mission experience is given at the end of a mission, because Big Large was not at his promotion threshold. He got at least 1 experience for ending the mission. He is tied for our first major, because Sin Soldier's about to run as well then. He gets to choose between a Marauder, which is just like, you know, the entire thing skirmishers do with the skirmisher gun, which is kind of incredible since he also has access to anti-armor doctrine to essentially make it a shredding gun. If you could aim stack on a tech specialist, they get a lot better. Restorative Repair gives you a 3rd charge of repair. It now heals shredded armor, and it will extend the effect of control hacks if you're using it on one of those. And Psionic Feedback now has a chance to panic targets, and this is increased for Psionic enemies and basic Advent enemies. More advanced gremlins have higher chances. What are the odds? Those numbers matter a lot. The base panic chance is 10, 20, or 30% for resistant, normal, and vulnerable. So the vulnerable are Scions and basic Advents. So it has a 30% panic chance, which is multiplied by 2.5 to become a 75% panic chance. Is this an AoE? No, it's Blinding Protocol. That seems terrible. That seems so much worse than the alternatives. Now, despite having fielded really seriously fucked up mechs pretty frequently, Restorative Repair feels wholly unnecessary to me. So Marauder marks a turning point in how you treat your tech specs then. Once a tech spec reaches this rank, suddenly you won't be giving them your superior aim PCS and spending AP on all of them for anti-armor doctrine so that they can fundamentally change how they're working as a unit. On the whole, I think most of these are just not very good. Restorative Repair is really, really nice for like base assaults, for really long missions. And most missions, if you're getting value out of restoring armor, you've been getting fought for so fucking long. It's just unreasonable to expect that to happen. This is also better if you're mind controlling like Sectopods, obviously, but I'm not currently doing that. Marauder is just so bad without major investment though. I'm actually gonna take Restorative Repair, right? Like this is so minor. This is so minor, it's not a big deal. What point in time did I even shoot my gun once? Like obviously I'd be more inclined to shoot my gun if I had Marauder and anti-armor doctrine. That would give me a lot of reasons to consider shooting my gun. But realistically, it still wouldn't be very good. I think unless it is a character where I'm putting a superior aim PCS on them, there's no chance I get Marauder. And in the future, that might happen, but I don't know how many I have to go around. It seems unlikely a tech spec ever. Like, this is the sort of thing where I can look at it and say an A-team tech specialist would have some amount of aim stacking, whether it's a PCS or a mission, so they would have Marauder and anti-armor doctrine. And that checks out. You would want those things. But at some point, there's only so many resources in the campaign, and I can't imagine I ever get enough to justify all of that. Oh, Sin Soldier didn't get mission experience. All right, congratulations to Big Large, our first major. And then for the pile of corpses, I mean, it's a pile of corpses. What do you want?
You and your crew.
And we get plus 33 monthly supplies. Now, I'm gonna go out and see what actually is happening because we have 2 things finishing in the next hour. There's a mission we got at the same time we were starting the retail. We don't care about it. We don't want to scan for intel either. So we're just gonna go over to Skirmisher HQ. When we get there, we should have multiple events finish. Oh, great. I'll be back with you in 20 minutes. That's an exaggeration. I'll be back with you in 5 minutes, 10 if it goes badly. All right, so you'll notice that Lunatic Supernova's taken more damage. He's almost died in the one hit he did take, and he's further in the back. Why is that? Because we spawned in the corner of the map. Let's take this corner as an example. All corners are the same. We spawned here, solid wall like this. So we have to start by running right. We get to the door. In front of us, there's more solid wall. Drop pod comes down here. We have to keep running right. They drop in, they know where we are, they immediately run to Lunatic Supernova. Complete bullshit, literally unavoidable. There was no way to play the mission that didn't result in Lunatic Supernova taking as much damage as he did. And I feel like I've been taking really, really good lines of sight to make sure that he gets to live. Because so far, since he has been shot, no one's had line of sight on him to shoot him a second time. I've been able to dodge line of sight left and right, ducking and diving. And it wasn't until I was about to say, look at this bug. Look at the fact that he cannot get here. Look how nonsense this is. Also, the game is not telling you the whole story here. There's an Advent officer Overwatch somewhere back here in Fog of War. I'm surprised I can't see him anymore, because I saw him Overwatch, but take my word for it. Anyway, the reason I'm talking is so I can brag about what a brain genius I am to keep him alive. This is not a glitch with pass. You can see it works on the other side. It's obviously gonna be the same thing. There's somebody here in Fog of War. You wanna let me keep this right? There we go. So I'm gonna run around in this, make sure I've been detected, and then evac. That'll pull this guy, and he'll move. And thus, we saved a life. Right? Yeah, there's other guys. I know they're around. No one cares. This is the dramatic part. Will you please move, Mr. Mac? Yes. Yes, he will. And now, because I'm pretty sure if I come out through any of these locations... Oh, this is important information. Why don't you just route around? Because I'm like 2 tiles short. It's brutal. I think it's actually not quite that short. Oh, it is 2 tiles short. That was 1 tile short. So, like, if I can't route around this turn. If I move here and hunker, the stun lancer just stabs me and I die. If I run out these doors, I'm pretty sure I get shot by the Advent officer. But now, I can pull back like this, circle as far away as possible, and come out here. Avoid pulling the Overwatch, open the path, save a life. Whew, we did it. We're good. And Iron Rhino wasn't ever in danger. That's what really matters. That's the soldier here that matters a huge amount to me. Thanks to our staff, the infirmary will have this useless corporal back in only 20 days. Iron Rhino, meanwhile, where would I click on them? Guess I'm not allowed to, okay. The reason we had to endure that was so that Iron Rhino could gain 3 more aim. I wanted to see what they'd gotten up to. Oh, they got a promotion for that. All right. Iron Rhino's gonna be shaken for 9 days, unfortunately. What is fortunate, however, is that they're up to Raptor's Perch. Raptor's Perch is a huge ability. It is essentially Death from Above, but only while you're braced, by the way. And PCP, Death from Above is nerfed. It's not unlimited, it's just for a single shot. But that's still massive, and a reason to not use sniper rifles, unless you have quick hands as well, which would allow you to take a snapshot if you only have 1 action. But we don't yet. We might in the future, but we don't yet. And we delete our pictures of covert ops. No one wants them. We delete our promotions of... You were the first major. Will I let this 1 promotion picture stand? You were on the very first mission. I'll let it stand. Just this once. Oh, you know what we can do? We can actually hunt the Chosen right now. We could go kill the Warlock. Now, here's how I feel about that. Unironically, why would I get rid of a source of ability points like that? I can't use his guns for a long time. It doesn't help me to kill him. Additionally, I think the Warlock is probably less threatening than most pods. And I think the really, really big win is just... I'm more concerned with doing base assaults and stopping the Avatar project than I am with dealing with the Chosen. I think in terms of how do I use my manpower this supply drop, hunting the Warlock is not necessary. Now, supply convoy, super unnecessary. No chance in hell us doing that. Although we are working our way through these allies in Illyria. We actually... After much deliberation, I don't think we can do this. We have enough right now. There's nothing we need to build, so we should just be great on alloys and Illyrium. If we're not, we can always spend intel. But I don't think we need it right now. We're busy with facility leads and base assaults. We've already done the retaliation. This is the infiltration. The other 2 are just going to be for delay and stop the hidden event. That's what it is. So I think it's time to go kit this out and figure out who's going here. I am willing to just immediately exhaust the team I just sent, and the reason I'm willing to is because it contains multiple bond peers, which will rapidly speed up how quickly I can do the mission. I was looking at this from the perspective of man hours. It's 8 days, 5 hours if I bring the Reaper. If I bring in my last slot instead, Dread Mechanism, the Pioneer, who would otherwise not be doing missions anyway, it is 10 days, 5 hours. So, you know, 25 times 8 man hours, 200 man hours. It's a lot. I do think it's worth it, though. I think the experience on Dread Mechanism would otherwise not show up on him. I think it's easy to put Regal Dawn on plenty of other missions. I don't think Regal Dawn needs to be here. I think Dread Mechanism will make the team much, much safer. Now, as for the rest of the team, you can see we brought Carbon Mile fully kitted, and you can see that we have 6 biological units, all bond pairs. Final Dingba and Mischief, Magpie and Mantis, Big Large, and Sonic Serenade. This does mean we have double Combat Engineer, although I actually need to change this, because now that you're using the prototype stuff, you're very red. Sorry to rain on your super vibrant parade, but you just look like an assault. Anyway, now that I've done that, the team is really well kitted out. It's not the absolute best that we have, but I am taking the acid grenade for this mission. The acid grenade, what the fuck am I talking about? I built a Secco in there. Now when I forget the acid grenade, it'll be more embarrassing, but I absolutely should have another one of those. Full tier 2 on everything. We're not bringing the roar armors or the axe. I don't think we need to send the absolute best we've got, but I do want to take this mission very seriously, and I do want to get missions on these soldiers. These are all very valuable soldiers, and losing them basically for the rest of the month does suck, but I think it is a necessary thing. This mission has to work, And I can't really send weak soldiers on infiltrations. I guess I can, though, can't I? Like, if I'm sending the Pioneer, we're allowed to send a way weaker team, aren't we? We're up to force level 11. We're getting properly into the mid-game. Starting to get closer to the late game, to be honest. I'm really torn, because on the one hand, I want these soldiers to go on the assault and get back faster, because they're going to go on this mission, get tired. It's going to be tired 9 days from now. They're not going to be ready to do base assaults. Or facility attacks, rather. Base assaults feels more like how I should describe the rulers, or the Chosen, right? Or I guess I should call them facility attacks, right? Because base assault makes it sound like I'm going for the Chosen. The bond time is saving us a lot here, but honestly, not that much. These are going to be fine. They're going to get back and they're going to have will left over. Magpie and Psycho Mantis don't have to be here, because I can make another bond, including Marine, that is much worse and has less overlap with the current team. That would be Rampant Mystery and his soon-to-be best friend, Cryolite Commando. Yeah, sure, make your silly poster. What's your motto? 2-woman wrecking crew. Sure, why not? I see one of you decided to wear a suit for this. Okay. Cryolite Commando is currently on a covert action. Never mind. Well, the bond has been made for the future. I've been arguing with myself for a while here. It feels like sending these soldiers is unnecessary, but at the same time, I'm not even convinced it's true that I need them for base assaults, right? Because I need, like, a marksman for the base assault. I need somebody who entrench in position. I've got other great Marines, like Dark Horse available, like White Wolf. I don't specifically need Magpie. I don't specifically need Tech Large, Pig Large, rather, because Big Large is just one of many high-ranking engineers, right? Like, you don't get that much better for entering Major. Well, that might not be true. As I recall, the most impactful proficiency so far by far has been the one for Tech Specialist. They get so much out of it. Oh, an additional charge is kind of massive. That means I can use Combat Protocol twice before that 7-turn cooldown period matters. But still, I don't think I really need Big Large for these missions. It is easy enough to take them out and hold them. I think this is an incredibly expendable bond. I don't need them specifically, they're just good. I'm gonna go ahead and send out Steel Guardian, though, as a sapper. There's just not gonna be a bond for this pair, unfortunately. And then to round out the team, well, rounding out might not happen as we have 2 combat engineers. So instead, what I think I want to do is just throw Flagship Inferno at the mission, get this man ranking up since he has some bonus mobility. Seems sensible enough. Oh, that would be our second assault, though. That's fine. That's fine. I don't mind. I actually do kind of mind a lot. Never mind. All right, this feels like a meme. I don't know how I view this as the solution to my problem, but I do. I decided to bring Blind Alpha as a less valuable tech specialist and form a bond between them and Missile Moth, making this a triple combat engineer mission, but here we are. Alright, not quite the team I originally envisioned myself sending. I should probably actually make the bond, though. Kind of important. We're gonna form this bond. They're blue, I guess. How do you want your dumb poster? What's your catchphrase? You guys are not the cavalry. You can go ahead and keep your ego, but that is not accurate. Alright, I've been looking at this screen too long. I don't care anymore. I'm sending it. I don't care. No fanfare. Get the fuck out of here. I'm done. Whoever I send, I'll be sad to send them because all my soldiers matter at this point in the campaign. But I need to send somebody on that mission. We're not doing that mission. We get Battlefield Medicine finished. What exactly does that do? New item available, medical canister. Neat. And nano medkits. They now restore more health. I don't know if I need to build them separately, though. And advanced Battlefield Medicine is now available because of the biophases. Got it. Cool, so now we have advanced Battlefield Medicine that takes an Elerium core, 2 biophases corpses, and 50 supplies. I'll queue it up, and I will put it in front of experimental ammo, but not in front of plasma grenades. That is unreasonable. What experimental ammo am I specifically going for? Talon rounds, maybe? Corrosive rounds, venom rounds. There's a bunch of different ammo types that would be nice to be able to hand out as I please. I'm always like looking at ammo types wondering, can I even afford to use this ammo type? Am I going to need it for somebody else? I don't have control either. I just have like a pile of AP rounds because I've RNG'd my way into them through loot tables. And this wouldn't even be a debate I need to have if I had built my proving ground like a month faster, which could have happened if I had more engineers and prioritized them making the proving ground, which in retrospect is what I should have done because it would have resulted in an incredibly high experience spark to carry our teams, which at the time I thought should have been a Pioneer, but realistically the best build in my current mod setup is probably beeline proving ground and make an extremely early infiltrator, because if you can get Bombard Protocol going by like the end of the 2nd month, that will carry for a very long time on every single assault. Anyway, for now we're done looking at this, but I do need to go over to build items. Is the nano medkit a separate item? I can't remember for the life of me. It is, but all of the medkits have been changed into nano medkits, so I still have 4 of them. And I want to say that might be a mod fix that someone else added because of some weirdness I don't recall. But regardless, we now have better medkits. Not going to think about it too hard. Since we have 4 nanos, we don't need to worry about making any new nano medkits. We don't have a bunch of obsolete, shitty medkits lying around. We're going to keep on scanning. The training center is almost done. New assault mission in 6 hours. Gonna be honest, that means we should finish the training center first. Alright, let's go view the facility. The reason this is worth doing is because now we get to equip the PCS ships to everyone going on the mission. Additionally, we're not going to be retraining abilities. There are a couple of soldiers where we would kind of like to retrain their abilities if they were available and low on will and recovering. And those soldiers are all named high-ranking combat engineer. Every single combat engineer that's a high rank wants to switch out smoke grenades because they get so little use for electronic surveillance to get more battle scanners, but all of those guys are busy at the minute. Arrogant Plebeian's fairly far down. So is Rowdy Harlequin. They're in roughly the same tier. If there is a better combat engineer currently available, there is not. Is there a third combat engineer currently available? Not fodder, an actual combat engineer. No. So I'm a little bit sketchy about this. I don't think it's necessarily right, but I am going to retrain whoever has less will, which is you, so that I can get the better ability and stop having the useless smoke grenade, because I need to be prepared for the hive in like 2 to 3 force levels. I really need to start stocking battle scanners, and I haven't yet. It's a problem. Now, the big thing I did is not that. That doesn't matter at all, really. What I've unlocked is the ability to spend AP on A-team members. There's no reason to do it now, but there are some things where I just immediately know I want to buy it, so if the soldier's available, I want to spend the AP. Now, coming over to Fiber Giants, I think it's hard to argue with Lightning Strike, right? Lightning Strike is free action damage. Small damage, but free action damage. Oh, and it also moves. So, you know, it's kind of just disgusting. Wait, actually, does it move, or do you have to be next to them to use it? I can't quite recall. It just says an attack, but I mean, like, Shield Bash is an attack. I could have sworn I had something I really wanted here. Relentless is nice. Relentless guarantees that if I attack without a Blade of Health before I take damage, I'll gain a Blade of Health. Oh wait, I'm not thinking of Relentless. I'm thinking of Untouchable. That's next rank. Relentless just gives me a movement. Relentless is really, really good. The additional action for turn-ending melee kills to just like punch somebody and then flamethrow somebody else is really, really nice. And I have Soldier AP currently available on the Pioneer, so I'm going to take that. Things like Lightning Strike I would love to get eventually. I don't think it's an immediate massive priority, right? It's fine. Does Synth Soldier have things where I was like, I want this badly? So honestly, Medical Protocol, Revival Protocol, and Restoration are all kind of incredible. But I don't know that they are high priority spends on AP. What's Hunter Protocol? Oh, the problem with Hunter Protocol is that this unit so often has plans for its bullets, and its bullets are so valuable that randomly firing at people, even with really good aim, is not necessarily a good thing. Phase is absolutely worth getting. The ability to reposition these units while an Overwatch is up, and in addition, the ability to get free moves after shooting my gun, because so often the terrain's already been destroyed, right? You Overwatch, rocket, shoot, move from phase, shoot again, right? You Bombard Protocol, shoot, that's just a normal turn, and then you get the move from phase to stay with the fight. I think phase is absolutely worth it. And again, now that I'm into XCOM AP, I don't think any of this other stuff is a super high priority. Dead Titan, I don't know about engineers. Hot charge batteries, I know about engineers. This increases the cooldown times for everything, but gives you more initial charges. It's really good. But wait, there's other stuff this soldier also cares about, right? Because even though that's really good, we also have to look at, what is it? Is it really just that one? It is just that one, but it's kind of a big deal. We need electronic surveillance. It's not actually negotiable. Now, hot charge batteries are really, really good, and I'm still going to take them because it's only a 9 XCOM AP on an A-team soldier, but it's worth noting it's not quite as good as I was making it out to be. Iron Rhino gets to take low profile, making themselves infinitely safer all the time, but that might not be the best pick, because if you take Quick Hands, in addition to Raptor's Perch, now you can shoot your sniper rifle followed by a snapshot with your sniper rifle. It's not just only for the Tenodic rifle anymore. Low profile is really nice, and I'm going to spend the AP on it, but realistically, until I get to Major and I get Sprint, I'm not too worried about this. Once I get Sprint, I'm very likely going to be able to pick up quick hands and lightweight optics, so now I can sprint into position, fire without bracing, get a snapshot back, and that'll be really good. But without sprint, the lack of mobility really breaks it all up a little bit. I will, however, take low profile without a second thought. I'm gonna go ahead and buy lightning hands on my Templar, which I just mysteriously forgot to do. That just needs to happen. That didn't require the tech I just got, it just needed to happen in general. Yeah, we've already bought everything on Draugr, not a lot to think about. And Dark Horse, who is most definitely in the A team despite their terrible, terrible rank. I think I am actually still willing to spend AP on them even at this low rank. +3 tiles on the AoE suppression, so good. So is Splinter Armor. But we're not quite at the point in time where this matters. I'm gonna be honest, even though Dark Horse would really like these things, they're largely unimportant right now, so I'm not gonna spend AP on them. Hulking Cardinal is absolutely going to be spending some AP though. Heat Grenades is very, very good. 1 Armor, Pierce, and 1 additional Shred is just fantastic. I'm tempted to look at Demolition, but I don't think it's reasonable. Demolition might be something I pick up someday, but not just yet on Hulking Cardinal. And there are other soldiers like Big Large who actually just have enough AP on their own to afford some abilities. I might want to retrain him for electronic surveillance, but I also might just want to buy it with AP. In fact, I'm just going to do that now with his AP, because I can't afford to give him up for like 10 days. That's not happening. We need this to help deal with the Hive in the near future. I'm going to go through everyone and see what abilities might be viable with their current stats. I got 16 AP on Jaded Rabbit. I think I'm going to be taking Bunker Buster with that. God damn it, I'm taking electronic surveillance, aren't I? It is 4 XCOM AP, but that's fine. I need this going into the very near future very soon. So, fine. I'm really confused. Let me check my notepad, because Big Large was my first tech specialist, and I made Dead Titan the A team. Dead Titan has hot charge batteries and sprint. They have upgraded scanners. I don't care about blast padding, or take cover, or certified EMT. Big Large has hot charge batteries, sprint, and upgraded scanners. And he's just leapfrogged in front of Dead Titan. So I just have 2 A-team guys now. Although, honestly, Dead Titan's the weaker of the 2 after that enemy thing. After that enemy protocol. I'm gonna spend XCOM AP on... Shit, it's hard to say which one's more valuable. I'm gonna hold off on it because it's gonna be a big investment when I make it for a hard mission. But, like, yeah, Big Large actually just... This weirds me out. I don't know how this happened. I remember Dead Titan being better than other people. Oh, I figured it out. I'm not gonna take Sprint on Big Large. I know why I'm so confused. Big Large didn't get Sprint. I didn't have to look it up. I remembered it clicked. Big Large shouldn't have Sprint. I don't remember what else he has. I remember thinking Big Large got almost everything, but he didn't get Sprint. I had to use Rebuild Soldier to get him to stop having increased hacking, and then I found the set soldier stat thing that fixed it. I don't recall exactly what he was originally. I'm gonna leave it as this. I'm just gonna pretend that Sprint is blank for the rest of the campaign. The rest is fair game as far as I'm concerned, but I know he didn't get Sprint. This is a side effect of having rebuilt him to get rid of the hack before I realized I had a command to set the hack. And if at the time I had recalled that rebuilding him rebuilds his XCOM perks, I would not have done it. I'm not super interested in rebuilding him over and over and over again, trying to get the correct set of perks, so I'm just going to ignore Sprint, and that'll be good enough for this campaign. We're at 12 on Halibut, and I'm willing to spend... It's a little bit gross that electronic surveillance is 20 AP. I think if a combat engineer is in lieutenant or higher, I'm willing to spend up to 10 AP to get electronic surveillance. It just needs to happen. Fool's Idol has 14 and the 15 that you would need for Danger Zone. The real question, though, is like if it's mutually exclusive with other stuff later in the tree, am I holding it for something? And yeah, the answer is Light 'em Up plus No Man's Land is too valuable. Oh my god, White Wolf's at the same rank as Dark Horse. How did that happen? You were here in the first mission. Alright, we circle back around. There's no more urgent AP spending, so we can sit on this 170 until we're doing harder missions and intentionally making people better for a specific difficulty spike we find ourselves on. No, I believe we're supposed to be setting up a mission and using PCSs for the first time. We have a recover item from Advent Facility. This should be Delay Dark Event. And it's just head-in, right? Yeah, good. This is the one. Extra reinforcements. Werewolf Thief. What a name.
Setting course for
anyway, let's go set that up and finally finish this mission. This has taken so much longer in the strategy layer than it had any right to. Very difficult. All right. So one thing I was looking at when I was going through the AP stuff that I didn't actually buy, that I'm going to buy now, I think, is concussion grenades on pretty much every sapper as they reach that rank. It is a huge amount of power, and the reason why is because not only do they get a flashbang now, they get... Oh, do you not get a grenade slot if you're a slapper already? Oh, that's very sad. Oh wait, you're not in ballistics, but it won't matter because I had the bridging tech. Damn. Well, that feels wasteful. But they have a flashbang now with their grenade size. I won't be making that decision a second time. I thought you got a second grenade slot, like a combat engineer gets their first grenade slot. I want to say it uses the same text, but it's possible that text was edited, or that the combat engineer has their own version of it. Oh, that is what it is. There's a separate version of concussion grenades for combat engineers that gives them the grenade slot. Very good to know. No longer worth the AP. That was 13 AP wasted, but I mean, hey, I have a flashbang on the Serenade now, so that's something. For the team I'm about to get up, we have the Sparks, of course. We're reusing that bonded pair from the last mission, Big Large and Sonic Serenade. We're also bringing back Regal Dawn. We want to keep sending little missions until they're shaken and then do it all again the next time. And then we're bringing up 3 A-Team soldiers that just need to be ranking up. Draugr, Hulking Cardinal, and Dark Horse are all relatively close to their current promotions, and they're all at full will, so they all need to get up there and get some experience. I appear to be out of Mimic Beacons because I gave one to the other mission, so I'll build my second Mimic Beacon. Way too long. Oh, I have a Mind Shield now. Cool. Anyway, I wanted to put a Mimic Beacon. Minefields just feel useless to me. Like, the only thing they're good for is the Psionic Storm sit rep, and even then it's debatable because there's so much codex shit where it's not actually helping. Anyway, there's the Mimic Beacon. Not great for farming AP, but great for a team in general. I have literally no speed loaders available. Let me just go ahead and make those available real quick to make sure that is actually the case. I have the advanced speed loader available. It's completely untrue. Okay. That's probably because it was on your gun and your gun wasn't equipped. Yes. Well, you'll have to live with that this mission. Because unironically, Draugr is one of the few people who get priority on equipment over even the infiltrators. It's not all bad, though. It means he has room for the experimental magazine now. And with our newfound ammo slot, we, blue screen rounds, I guess. That narrowed that down real quick. I don't feel the need to put AP on a shred gun. There appears to have been a minor miscommunication about what constitutes a serpent's head. Kind of like it, but I'm gonna have to change it, to be honest. You're the A-Team. You gotta look the part. You can't be doing this nonsense. Alright, Dark Horse is now in appropriately silly armor. Somebody's gotta wear the Rage suit. Grenadiers are typically not big fans of that, so... Is it going on you? Oh my god, you like a Rage suit in and you punch him and then you run away and you skulljack someone else? It's gonna be great. The grenade's always been a little bit awkward anyway, so just Hulk out a little bit. Gonna change the hat. I don't know why you're a Reaper now. Oh, also the rocket is objectively better than the grenade. That too, yeah. This is just a direct improvement of what I was previously doing, except for the hat. The hat might not be an improvement. Hello, my name is Big Large, totally normal XCOM soldier, nothing weird going on here. Alright, with our bright and colorful Power Rangers team assembled, I think we're good to go. We should probably put mods on our weapons, but except for that, we're doing great. Although I will mention, we're actually low on Predator armor and out of shard guns. Like, I never imagined I would be using all of my shard guns at once, but here we are. I gave the advanced foregrip and reflex sight to Big Large because theoretically he can get in real close with the double close range bonuses. And yeah, theoretically that's good. I mean, realistically, it's just gonna be funny when my tech specialist hulks out and punches someone. But I actually have a lot of confidence in this team. They look very, very strong. But for now, though, I'm done. This has taken me ages to record. Oh god, this went long. Hopefully the video gets edited down a lot. I think it will. I think there's a lot of dead time where I've been thinking in the strategy layer. Hopefully the end product turns out good if you enjoyed it. Hopefully the end product turns out good and you had a good time watching this. I'm Rather Coherent, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching and have a good day.